Sheik Jassim's net worth confusion laid bare after Sir Jim Ratcliffe wealth surge. Manchester United bidder Sir Jim Ratcliffe has seen a surge in his net worth amid uncertainty regarding Sheik Jassim's wealth. Ineos owner Ratcliffe has been locked in a fierce takeover battle with Sheik Jassim for months, with the former having offered to buy a majority stake in the Old Trafford club. While Ratcliffe waits on the Glazers to decide on their preferred bidder, his wealth has surged by over £23 billion. The boss of chemicals giant Ineos is now Britain's second richest man, with a net worth of £29 billion, according to the latest edition of the Sunday Times Rich List. Indeed, when energy prices rocketed at the start of the war in Ukraine, Ineos grew exponentially. According to The Sun, Sir Jim Ratcliffe is looking to buy the club by making his last record bid. So what's your opinion on this? Would you like Sir Jim Ratcliffe to buy the club? Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur interested in signing Crystal Palace defender Marc Guéhi. Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur are interested in signing Crystal Palace defender Marc Guéhi in the summer transfer window, according to Foot Mercato. The Red Devils are likely to invest on a new central defender this summer, with suggestions that Harry Maguire could head for the exit door. Napoli's Kim Min-jae is obviously the prime target, but they continue to be linked with a move for Guéhi, who is ready for a bigger challenge. The England international won't be blocked from leaving Palace at the end of the season. United and Spurs are mentioned as his suitors. Guéhi is currently on the best young centre-backs in the Premier League, but the 22-year-old has had plenty of nervous moments this season. While Palace are looking for £50 million to sell Guéhi, United could land Min-jae for a similar figure due to a foreign release clause in his contract. In our view, Min-jae would be the perfect acquisition during the next transfer window. Champions League football could be key to landing him. United are likely to face strong competition for the 26-year-old, with Manchester City among clubs that could enter the race in the coming weeks. Manchester United open door for shock exit as £86 million man could find a new destination in Premier League. According to reports, Manchester United are considering selling Antony just a year after he joined the Premier League giants from Ajax for around £86 million. The Brazil international was one of United's main targets during last summer's transfer window. Erik left Ajax to join Manchester United ahead of this season, and the Dutchman was desperate to bring Antony with him. United pursued the winger throughout the summer, and his move to Old Trafford was concluded on deadline day for a fee of £86 million plus add-ons. Spanish outlet Fichajes harshly described him as one of the great disappointments of the season at Manchester United. They claim United have opened the exit door for Antony and they can find a starting destination for him during the next transfer market. The report does not include any potential destinations for Antony, but it is up in the air if the Brazilian footballer would find a new destination in the Premier League or start a new sporting adventure in another major European league. This report should be taken with a pinch of salt, but they are right to point out that it would be an almost impossible task to recover the investment made to sign Antony last summer. Rafael Varane reflects on Erik ten Hag's debut season with Manchester United. Manchester United defender Rafael Varane believes the detailed instructions from Erik ten Hag helped the club to have a great season. Speaking to MUTV, Varane lauded the United manager. He said, "It's been a great season with him. The Red Devils are on the cusp of qualifying for the Champions League next season. They have ended their 6-year trophy by claiming the Carabao Cup and could do a domestic double by beating Man City in the FA Cup final." The World Cup winning defender has enjoyed a fine campaign under Ten Hag. He has formed a great connection with Lisandro Martinez in the heart of the defense. Ten Hag did not take much time to prefer Varane ahead of Harry Maguire as the right-sided centre-back. The Frenchman brings the leadership quality that Maguire lacks. He organizes the backline and brings passion to the pitch, which the Man United team has been missing for some time. Besides being superb defensively, Varane is extremely comfortable with the ball at his feet, making him an ideal centre-back in Ten Hag's system. The only concern for the Dutchman is the injury-prone nature of the defender. Phil Jones pens emotional letter to Manchester United fans as summer exit confirmed. Phil Jones has reacted on Twitter after Manchester United announced he is set to leave the club when the season ends. The English defender joined the Red Devils from Blackburn Rovers in 2011, featuring in 41 games in his debut season and winning the Community Shield. Jones made 24 appearances the following season, winning the Premier League title. The 31-year-old has won another Community Shield, an FA Cup and Europa League since then, making 229 appearances. Injuries have limited Jones to 13 games since 2019, with his last game coming last term. The Manchester United star has not featured this term and was excluded from the official first-team squads. Jones is yet to complete a training session this term despite spending his holidays doing physical work to get in the best shape possible for pre-season. A relapse of a long-standing knee issue on the first day of training scuppered his fitness journey. The Englishman was on the injury sidelines from January 2020 until September 2021 before returning to action last term. Donnie Van Der Beek returns to Carrington for training for the first time in 5 months. Manchester United midfielder Donnie Van Der Beek is back on the Carrington training ground for the first time since suffering a season-ending injury in January. Man United have released a few photos of Van Der Beek working with the coaches on the pitch. The Dutch international is nursing a knee injury which he picked up in a Premier League win over Bournemouth. His career with the Red Devils has yet to take off since joining in 2020. Regular injuries and poor form have kept him out of the team for a large chunk of these 3 years. The arrival of Erik Ten Hag was seen as a huge positive for the Dutch midfielder, with the duo having a rich history of working together at Ajax. The 26-year-old has featured merely 10 times this season, failing to reboot his stalled career. Van Der Beek is one of the few players who could be on their way out of Old Trafford, but it will be hard for United to find a suitor for the midfielder who has barely played in the last 3 years.